You gave it your best shot. You tried everything you could, but Linux just doesn't work for you. And that's fine. It's not for everyone. But escaping Linux and getting back to Windows is kind of difficult depending on like your skill set. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get back to Windows. Well, let's go ahead and go over to ventoy.net, ventoy.net. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and click download. And then we're going to go ahead and click this live CD option that's right here. It's going to open up the same SourceForge page. Then we're going to go ahead and click live CD ISO. And we're going to go ahead and download that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to google.com and type in Windows 11 download, right? This is the part where it's important for everybody that's on the Windows side of things. All right. Now we're going to go down here to the bottom and it says select download, do Windows 11, click confirm. And then we're going to select our product language. I'm going to select English United States because that's where I'm located. And it's going to allow me to download the 64-bit ISO for that file or for that ISO. Once that's downloaded, we'll be right back. Now we're here at this part here. We're Control Alt T to open up your terminal. That's how I did it. If you don't have Control Alt T, if that doesn't open up your terminal, you're gonna need to find a console, terminal, virtual terminal, whatever it's called for your specific distro, and open that up. Next, we're gonna type in lsblk, and we're gonna see right here. This is my USB disk. I know that this is my USB disk because one, it's SDA. Everything else I have is an NVMe, or like the ZRAM. But also it's the only thing that I have that's got 32 gigs and 29.9 gigs, 32. That checks out. That's about right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in sudo ddbs space 14 capital M input file equals. We're going to drag and drop our Ventoy disk. All right. And then output file equals, so OF/dev/SDA, because that's the name of this device. So dev for device and SDA for the partition and whatnot. All right. And then output file OF lag equals sync, and status equals progress. And we're just gonna let that run. It should be super easy, super quick because it's a very small file. And then once we're done with that, we'll get back with you guys, and see what the next steps are. All right. Oh, what? Never mind. In the process of me talking, it finished. Didn't even have a chance to stop. All right, so we're gonna go down and restart our computer. You're gonna want to hit your whatever your device boot button is. I'll put the list up there in case you don't know it off the top of your head. Mine is F8, so I'll spam F8. Log out anyways. I'll spam F8 once we get in here. Come on. And it's just like any other USB, right? Just to get to making, Linux, same concept. We're going to go ahead, partition 2 and live CD GUI. It's going to load. And this part takes a few seconds. It's not super duper quick, but it's not horribly slow. All right. We're going to go to options, partition style GPT. We're going to make sure that we have our USB drive that we want it installed to selected there. And then just go ahead and click install, okay, and okay. And that's it. That's the hardest of this portion is going to be when it comes to escaping the Linux nightmare that you found yourself in, because for some people Linux can be a nightmare. All right, and then just press the little X up at the top and it will restart. Now we're just going to reboot into our Linux environment. whichever one we're in, Ubuntu, Fedora, Nabara, things like that. We're just going to boot into it. And then once we're in, we're going to go back into our downloads folder, right? And inside of our downloads folder, we're going to drag and drop that Windows 11 ISO that we downloaded to the Ventoy disk, right? Where it says Ventoy, not the Ventoy EFI. This is separate. Ventoy. All right. We'll drag and drop our Ventoy disk copy here. All right. And once that copy's over, it should take, a couple of minutes. Then we'll be continuing on from there. All right, and now that's transferred and it's done. It's right here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, restart our system. And once it restarts, we're gonna go ahead and spam our favorite device boot select key. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Boot select menu key button thing. Yeah, mine's F8 because I'm on an Asus board. If you're like me, whoa. If you're on like an Aorus board, that's going to be F12. Dell or HP, I believe, is F10. So it just all kind of depends on what computer you have. Dell is the lead or F2, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Alrighty, now spamming whatever button that is up here at the top. Just gonna spam it. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and select partition 2. All right, now that we're here, we're gonna go ahead and click enter and boot in normal mode, right? Not in anything else, just normal mode. And now you're at the Windows installer. Now, this could be one of those scenarios where you have a little bit of struggles. Some Windows disks or some Windows 11 systems don't like to play nice when it comes to drivers for certain hardware. So you may have to do some googling around um, to get everything working. For right now, I'm just going to go with I don't have a product key. I do have a Windows 11 product key though, but for right now, I'm just going to go with that. And I have the Pro Edition, and I do not run into the same situation that some people, specifically with laptops, a lot of them are laptops, will run into. But here we go. Disk 1, unallocated space. See that there? So we're going to go ahead and delete. We're going to go ahead and delete our partitions that we have here. Delete. All right. And this right here, this unallocated space, is our main drive that we were installing Windows to. You can also install it to, a larger drive if you wanted to. Like with this one, it just depends, whatever you want to go with. Lawnmower's going back and forth from the neighbor's lawn being mowed, so it's screwing with my ADHD. So I'm going to go ahead and install it to this space right here. And click install. And that's the process. So yeah, I would happily show you guys how to get past all of the Windows requirements. But somebody recently got nailed on YouTube for unsafe and dangerous activity. So you'll have to find out that information on your own someplace else. But that's how to escape Linux and get back to the safe haven of Windows. I hope you guys like that. Don't be afraid to dive onto the Rift. And look forward to my next how to go to Linux video. Bye.